Alright guys, welcome back to CW Breaks, Card Warehouse. I am doing another mail day video, but this one's a little different from the last few in that I have a lot of stuff to open up here. Let me get the chat going here and I'll just get started. I'm probably going to try and rip pretty quickly through the autographs. A few days ago I posted about this box here, which is... let me adjust this a little bit. So I posted about this box, which is inside it. It has a wooden box with what appears to be an older collection, 50s through 70s baseball cards. And I only got kind of a bit of a peek of it before I bought it. So I'm really curious about what is in there and if I spent too much money on that or if I maybe got something good out of it. So anyway, I have a bunch of through the mail. Presumably those are all autographed. Got a couple of packages here. We'll do the through the mail stuff first, and then we'll come back around to these packages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packages total. We'll do this box last because that box is going to take a little bit of time. Anyway, so I sent out. A lot of these I did were just through email because it's really easy, and some of the ones, especially like soccer, for example, you can get some soccer autographs pretty easily through the mail, and then they come as kind of a promotion. Someone took a bite out of this. I don't know if you can see it. This envelope. That's how it came. I did not rip it open like that. So someone got real curious about what was in my mail, or more likely it just snagged on something when the mail carrier was handling it through one of the machines or something like that. So we'll stack all these up. Anyway. Cool. And I'll be honest, I do not remember the names of everyone, but this is Katharina Linsberger with different hair color, and or that's her autograph. Sorry, this one is Anna Veith. My bad. So there's two of them in here, Anna Veith and Katharina Linsberger. So those are cool. I'll just keep going. So I've got a larger one here. I am assuming an 8x10 maybe. This we'll find out in a second. Yeah, so this is this one is the Barefoot Contessa, and like I said, there are a lot of them that are. It's super easy to just send out an email and get an autograph back. So there's not even like in many cases doesn't even require a stamp to get a success through the mail. So that's cool. Keep moving along. I did date some of these. For example, this one came in on the 22nd because I didn't want to do a mail day video every day. I wanted to kind of break that up and then be able to just do a whole bunch at once. So this one is not an 8x10, which is good because it was bent a little bit, but see, this was an example of kind of what I'm talking about too. It's sponsored by Wilson. Petra Kvitova. Can't pronounce that. Anyway, a little Wilson ad on the back. So that's kind of cool. Put that up. And then we've got these ones are all ones that I think almost all of these here are stamped. And actually, I'm going to skip this one for a second and come back to it because I want to do this larger one. This larger one is one that I did not send out anything other than an email. So here's another example of one where you can just send out an email. So this one, let me show you on the envelope. It's a Tuning World, basically like a spokesperson for auto tuning. Laura Feitzik, if if I pronounce that right. So that's kind of cool. Silver ink auto. And so then we'll come back to these. So these are the ones that I sent out. So we got Zane Smith. I sent these out through the mail. And I think I sent just the 3. Yep. So I sent these 3 cards out for him. I try to, as much as I do appreciate that these guys are taking their time to do it, when I send out and spend the stamps on it, I try and send more than one at a time. So that one's a little smudged almost. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell what happened with that one. It's weird. Which sucks because I kind of like the 89 more than the other 2, but those are clean autos. So we'll keep moving. I'm going to put these back in their envelopes because I like to save the envelopes. This one came in on the 23rd, on Saturday. And I do have the chat up. I don't necessarily expect people to be in here chatting about my Through the Mail autographs, but I have it up all the same. So that's kind of cool. I sent Richard Petty, and in the letter I sent, I do a quick little letter with each one. In this one I sent 2 cards, the larger and the smaller, the mini card from Goodwin Champions, and this is this also Goodwin? It's Press Pass. Anyway, this one I did a comment, I said good luck signing the tiny card, almost as a challenge to him, and he took up the challenge and signed the whole thing. So awesome. Thank you, Richard Petty. That's kind of cool. Some of you I know, just in the recent post I did, I know a lot of people are, well, a few people have responded on NASCAR, so I know there's a few NASCAR fans out there. But I will say all of these autos are for me. So Dan Schatzeder, did I pronounce his name right? I don't know. Anyway, he signed. I don't know why I came across this one as one that I wanted to send out for an autograph. Probably just because it's Tigers, and I've got that Tigers project going. The Million Tiger card project, where I'm trying to collect 1,000,000 Tigers cards. So I thought it would be kind of nice as I'm going, especially since a lot of them are still local, to send cards out to them to get autographed. Don Ace for the Orioles. I only sent out the 1 card. Okay, so I think that's it for the Through the Mails. This one I'm going to open second to last because I have been waiting for that. That's a redemption. So this one is, I don't know what this is. This is a, River City Breaks. So I did a break with River City Breaks. I think I've got 2 or 3 now with them. At least 2. And I think they were both Pantheon. And so this one I got, this was a nice break. I got the Mark McGwire jersey. So I'll post about these separately. If we have any St. Louis or Mark McGwire fans, this jersey will be available. It's numbered 1 out of 25. Okay. And I apologize, I'm going to try and rip through these kind of quick too, to get to the meat at the end here. And then this Lou Brock auto, which is sweet, which I'll probably offer it up, because I'm a bit of a card hoarder, and I really should get these cards out to people who are going to really enjoy them a lot more than me, even though I do enjoy this card. It's 4 out of 25. So those are nice. Thanks, River City Breaks, for sending those out. Then we have, okay, so this one's 702 Breakers, and I fully expect this to be just an index card. Their auction states that if you have no hits at all, you will end up with just an index card, excuse me, signed by one of the, I think it says 702 Breaker staff. Yep, there it is. And it's his autograph, so, and I cut it. Oops. Anyway, so that's from 702 Breakers. I think that's, I would prefer if my, the shipping that I paid was just refunded. Rather than to have that, rather than to have the, have them mail something out to me, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to mail that out. I'm sure there's like the logistical reason for eBay reasons that you're sending something after something was purchased, and to be able to track that something was shipped. I know I had a break where there were hits and I had nothing that I could actually ship, which makes it a little difficult for tracking, you know. But anyway, so I also have, and I think that's what one or two of these might be. Open this the other way. I have, besides brakes, and this one might be a brake actually. This one's a brake. I had a couple of trades going as well. So this one's a Tiger, well, it says Tigers. There's Tigers. On the other side is Red Sox. I'll have to go through these later. So this one is it's a brake idea, and it just says the guy's name. So I'll have to go back through that on eBay. This one I know what it is. I'm going to open it up, but I'm not going to go through it all. So we'll just take a fast peek. And this is actually, you know, if you're watching on Twitter, you may recognize this box as being the box that you sent me. Because this is, I believe, this is from a trade that I have going with someone for, it's actually for my Million Tiger Cards project. These should all be Tigers cards. I think there's about 700 here. So, yep, all Detroit. So a lot of stuff to add to that project. So we'll go through that later. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to set all these things aside. See if I can do it without bending them. And okay, there's a good spot for it. All right, let's move this aside. Let's get to the meat now. Now, a while back, I did do the one of the brakes that I was alluding to was a kind of a high-end brake, and there were only a few hits in it. And one of the hits, the guy who won the hit, it was a redemption for a Maddox Jersey Auto, I think, and I'm trying to remember now. Masters of the Mound, and so all of the cards are numbered 15 or less, but the redemption didn't really say if it was numbered to 15 or 10 or 5 or 3 or 1 or whatever. So I didn't really know, and he wanted a trade for a different card that I actually had up for sale or trade, and so I said, okay, fine. I sent him the other card, and the result is that I just redeemed it myself, and I got this back. Well, it tells me what's on here, but it doesn't say the numbering, so we'll have to open it up and look. So I just got this back this morning. This is what I actually posted about with FedEx the other night. So this one is, oh, it is numbered to 15. Greg Maddux. I'll put it in front of the camera so you can see it. So it's a jersey autograph, Greg Maddux, numbered to 15. From Luminaries. I couldn't think of the name of it. Anyway. So, if this is something you PC and you are interested in this card, I actually just sold and shipped out the other two hits. I shipped out one of them, the other one I'm waiting on payment for, from the Luminaries. But this one will be available for trade or sale. All right, let's move on to this box. Hopefully I don't bump the table too much. So this box is, it's actually custom packed by UPS. When we get to the, sorry if my voice is kind of quiet, I'm on the other side of the camera, the other side of the table. And the way this works is the company I bought this from is an auction house. They're actually in Michigan. and you're responsible to come pick up the auction, the whatever you bought. You have to pick up yourself, or you call UPS, and they have a deal with UPS where they will. UPS will go get your item, and then they'll pack it all up, and then they'll call you and ask you. They'll call you up and ask you, give you a quote for the shipping, and ask you if it's adequate. And I guess you have the option of saying, no, I don't want to pay that, and then you just have to go pick up your item. But you only have 8 days, and this is it's 2 hours each way, 2+ hours. 2+ hours each way if I wanted to drive and go get this item. So I paid the $26 shipping instead. And it is well packed. So I don't know if it's upside down or right side up. Looks like it's right side up. Okay, so I don't know if, let me move this back, maybe you can see the whole box. I don't know if this is a custom box that was made for cards, but let's see if I can get the top off. It's really snug. Anyway, this is a wooden box full of cards, and it looks like after they took the picture, they just threw the cards from the photo back in it. So these are the cards that were shown in the photograph. Well, there was 1 or 2 others, I think. Anyway, that one's slipping out. They're not all in really great quality. They're decent. There's some corner issues. This one's in pretty good condition. They're kind of falling out. What I could not see was what the stickers were on the back. And let me see if you can see that. So the stickers are numbering. I thought they were going to be price tags, which had me a little skeptical about this possibly being from a card shop full of cards that they just had in a bin to sell. So let's take a look really quick, and I'll give you kind of a preview of what it looks like inside. So this is the cards in there. There's actually, looks like more cards than I had anticipated. So, excuse me. Let's pull a few out and just take a look randomly. Actually, not randomly. Let's just go through them in order and see how many we can get through pretty quickly, seeing what we have. So there's a Joe Morgan. I don't like that yellow case, but that's fine. 1975. I assume there's going to be a lot of 75. Jim Rice. Dave Winfield. I'm feeling good that, well, I was going to say that I recognize all the names. That one I don't recognize. Rudy Meoli. 75. Amos Otis. Wes Parker. So that one's not a 70. Oh, it is 75. Why does that say 75? Oh, that's a 73, clearly. So these are mislabeled because that's a 73. You can tell by the design, and it says 75, and I probably should have caught that on this 78 as well. But anyway, Al Fitzmaurice, Jim Tyrone. Some of these are at least in pretty good condition. This one is. Dave Collins. So I'm going to have to ignore the stickers on the back. They all say 1975, which is also makes me wonder if these were full of 1975 cards and someone replaced them with other older cards that are worthless or something. So anyway, there's a 73. You got Dave Roberts, Ken Sanders, John Curtis, Braves team card. All right. I'm not seeing anything amazing in here yet. Keep going for a little bit. I'll go a little faster unless I see something worth that really stands out to me. Man, that card is damaged. I guess you can't really see very well. These cards, I'll back it up a little bit. Nope, nothing really amazing in here. So far, I'm feeling like I wasted money on this box because while I can get a couple bucks back out of some of these cards, definitely going to, at least if the rest of these cards are any indication, I'm not going to make my money back on this box for sure. Honestly, this looks like someone took 1975 collection and then swapped out a bunch of cards that aren't worth a whole lot at all, that are damaged or no name or damaged, someone you don't recognize. Wow, all these cards are in, well, a lot of them are in really horrible condition. But it looks like someone took what might have been an actual set. These are actually numbered in some order too. Looks like someone took what might have been an actual 1975 set, swapped them out with a bunch of junk, put some recognizable stuff right up front, like we had the Joe Morgan and Jim Rice, you know, in case anyone took a look, in case anyone tried to get a really quick peek. And then when the auction was put up, they put up all these names that you recognize, which I also feared could be the case, and you know, to suck you in to buying it. So I really think at some point there was a collection in here of 1975 cards only that might have been worth quite a bit and was replaced with a bunch of stuff people wanted to get rid of. I don't see anything amazing in here. I'm also not seeing any 50s cards yet, so we'll get to that in a second maybe, because the advertisement for the auction did say 50s through 70s. So I'll be pretty upset if there's just the one 50s card that they showed in the auction. I think there was one. Anyway, I'll go through these with a little bit more time, but I'm just kind of skimming through right now. Bill Buckner, okay, I recognize that one. Yeah, some of these even actually have different names on the back of them, but Jim Wynn. It's hard to go through these quickly because the stickers on the back catch on the card in the front. Rick Cerone, recognize that one. It's kind of cool Cubs card. But again, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make my money back on this box. If this is any indication at all. We'll have to see. There's some other cards with no stickers. I don't know that I'm going to have any better luck, because if someone did just swap out decent cards for a bunch of junk, or, you know, I don't want to necessarily call it junk, but some of it is truly junk. Hey, there's a guy I just got an autograph from. If someone did swap out the cards, there's a different year finally, then what I'm going to end up with in all of these is cards that I'm not going to be able to really sell. And I already have that. That's a duplicate. Yeah, this is a bunch of filler cards. It really is. There's hardly do I see anyone in here that I recognize the name of. Guys, I think I got robbed on this box. We'll have to see as we get a little deeper into it, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so we got a couple of older cards. What year are these? I don't recognize all of the years right off the bat. This one is looks like 57. Anyway, I mean, at least we have some of the older cards, but it's still not making me happy at all. Nope, nothing that's getting me excited at all in here. Yeah. Well, I was hoping for something good out of this. At least these ones are a little bit older. But, I don't know, if you see something flash by that that you want, we can trade for sure. I'll trade or sell or whatever if you don't have something I need. There's an empty one. That's useful. So, don't get me wrong. When I bought this, I absolutely recognized that this was a risk, that this was a possibility. And so, you know, I put up the money with this in mind. I wouldn't have done it if I couldn't afford to do it. Because things like this, like unopened boxes, this is the same as like buying into a case break and stuff like that. I mean, it literally is a gamble. You're gambling your money because you're not 100% sure of what you're going to get out of it. So I knew that going in. It doesn't make it that much easier to swallow, but oh, these aren't too bad. It's just there aren't any. I feel like I'm going to have a hard time getting my money back out of this, but we'll see what happens. I'll go through them all, price them out a little bit. I'm not seeing any, like any of the rookies and stuff. I'm not really seeing anything that stands out. Any of the non-rookies, I'm not seeing anything that stands out. Joe Pepitone, that I recognize. Ted Sizemore, okay. We have just a little bit left here, so I'm just going to finish them off. Finish going through them all. Maybe there's something redeeming in here. This one has a price tag on it still, $250. Wonderful. Fred Lynn, Jim Rice. So there's some more that I'm starting to recognize again. So you got your Fred Lynn, Jim Rice, Jim Hunter, Steve Garvey. That's not bad. Sparky Lyle, another Fred Lynn. These all still say 1975 on the back. At least I'll be able to pull some older Tigers out of here for my project, so that'll be helpful. So again, you know, just 3 or 4 recognizable ones all together, and then a bunch that aren't. Yeah, and I think I've run into a few duplicates along the way as well. Yep, so this is, I mean, this is it. There's not going to be anything redeeming in here. You can stop watching now. I'm going to keep going through it, though, on video just for a minute. It was a pretty good mail day otherwise. Lots of good stuff in the mail today, so I'm still pretty happy about that. This is a Reggie Jackson record breaker. Brooks Robinson. So I just sent him, I wish I had this yesterday, or Saturday. I just sent him a baseball and 2 cards to sign. Tony Perez, Al Oliver. There's a couple ones falling out of its sleeve. Al Kaline. And Roy Sievers. So these ones were actually, I think, in the photo advertising this lot. So this lot, I'm going to say I definitely lost money on it. There's I don't know, maybe 100 or so cards there. I don't think I'm getting my money back off of it, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll post an update on Twitter if I find that one of these cards was actually worth something, but it doesn't seem that way. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Just as a reminder, we do have a case break that's coming up. It's all sold except for a couple of teams, the Diamondbacks and Rays, if anyone's interested in Topps 2019 Heritage. And then we also have other case breaks coming up, so watch out for those. And there's an active contest right now where I simply ask you to like, follow, retweet, and comment what kind of packs you would want to win if I start giving away some packs. And that's not an if. I will be giving them away. In fact, I'm going to pick some winners out of those responses. So make sure and check that out and respond to that, and I'll find some packs to give away that are not going to break my bank, but that are also not like junk. So, all right. Thanks, everyone.